production.
Would you recognize a fighter if you saw him in the street?
Get it. Up. Nice. Beautiful.
Maybe this is more familiar. Welcome inside the cage. It is nearly spring, which has no bearing on a sport with no seasons. And two teams are once again set to put their reputations on the line. In Hartford, Connecticut, the underdogs search for a first ever major title. And the club's recent rise in popularity has faced daunting news. Their number one contender may not fight for a title, as rumors circulate that the current champion may walk away from the sport he truly loves. In Methuen, Massachusetts, their admiration for their hometown champion is apparent. These two teams, linked not just by their sport, but also by their two-star athletes, John Beniot and Matt Bessette. And after lifting Renzo Gracie's third championship belt just 6 months ago, the champion and his team are intent on returning to defend the title.
I think John Beniot is a cocky, self-centered, beer-drinking frat boy type. Thinks he's tougher than he actually is.
He's not stronger than me, he's not faster than me, he's not better than anything. I don't see him beating me in any aspect of the sport.
I feel like he should have stayed retired because this is just a bad fight for him.
Now, on April 15th, a rivalry is ignited in one of MMA's most prominent settings. Not a field, but a circular stage, 24 feet across with no escape. A cage built inside the Tsongas Center will play host to the 10th installment of the Global Fight League. This is where MMA's timeless traditions and relentless passion will converge in one of the most famous fight towns in all of America, Lowell, Massachusetts. Battling for pride and the right to call themselves supreme, two teams head towards their sport's signature spectacle, the Global Fight League. This is GFL's The Life, Beniot versus Bessette.
shots from the champ. Well, I guess the hype is real. That's it, it's all over. Big slam. Huge overhand right. Good night.
Greg, Blacksmith, Roadkill, Laura, and Kelly. The Buzz, sentenced to wake up New England for life.
You're watching GFL's The Life.
Solid 4 nights in the gym, working on everything, his takedowns, wrestle, get the striking involved in the wrestling, we get the pad work, we get the MMA rounds in. So we vary the training up because you never know where it's going to be. You know, you can't say, I'm going to dictate the fight and I'm going to take it to the ground, because if that doesn't work, you know, professionals, you have to be able to change game plans on the fly. And so that's what we plan for.
John trains very hard. Call him up on a Sunday, tell him we're training. He'll be here in an hour. Ever since his loss to Glenn Brown, he totally wiped his mind clean, opened the door, and started completely over. Went from thinking he knew something to admitting he knew nothing, and just came in every day on a clean slate and asked question after question after question. In John's perspective, I think it's time for him to hang up when he's ready to put his goals into his family. I know he wants children. He has an amazing wife, and you know, he may never stop training, but he may put the fighting on hold for a little while to invest his time into a beautiful family.
Today we went shopping for paints, some brushes, we looked at some blinds. The house is pretty much in move-in condition, but we want to make it our own, so we need to find color schemes and things like that. So we went and looked at a bunch of colors for the master room and the master bath, and just to kind of turn that house into our new home.
Yeah, I am satisfied with all that I've done in mixed martial arts locally. Had 13 fights, I've won 11 of them. I've only been finished once. I'm the GFL champ right now. I bought a new house. I got married. I have a dog. I'm looking to start a family. You know, I'm moving on to the next chapter of my life.
This is our dream home. We just sold our ranch, and we wanted something for when we had kids that was on a cul-de-sac and had a lot of woods for the dog to play. We saw this home, we fell in love with it right away, so it's like really like a dream come true. Maybe put some babies in it.
Definitely put some babies in it. Hey, what's going on, man?
Mano's is the best pizza ever.
It's great food, and when you walk in, it's like going next door. Everybody there, you know, knows my name, knows my wife's name. They know everybody's name. They're just local mom and pop pizza shop.
Mano's is where we go. We go to Mano's because it's awesome.
John, when's the fight coming up? On a Friday night, bud?
April 15th.
15th? We're gonna close the shop down. We'll all be there.
All right. I'm going to hold you to it.
What's this kid's record?
6-2. He's a bum. The only reason I'm fighting, I'm actually retired. I'm fighting him because he wanted to run his mouth about my wife.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he said he's going
Really said that?
to. Swear to God. typed it online, written proof. I've written proof it was like typed on a website. Connecticut. I was retired, now it just gave me motivation to train.
Oh, are you coming out of retirement for this?
I was already retired. That last fight at Rockingham was my last one.
Really?
Now I'm just back for one more.
That's your last one after that?
This should be the last one, yeah.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
£114.
Back in the day, I used to be in a lot better shape, and it was at my second fight.
I was far across the room, and I just happened to notice that he had these unbelievable abs.
I had pretty good abs at the time, and my wife was at the fight. She saw me, and she thought, who's that guy with the nice abs and stuff?
I watched him fight. He ended up winning that night, and I told my friend that I was with at the time that she had to go and get his attention and tell him that I wanted to meet him. And that's what she did.
But her friend approached me and asked, oh, would you like to meet my friend? And the way she had said it, she was like, oh, my friend's really nice and she's really pretty and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, I was thinking, wow, this girl's gonna be, unattractive and heavy. And I thought, yeah, I'll meet your friend, whatever, just, being a nice guy that I am and just going over there, maybe shake this girl's hand or something. Maybe she wanted to congratulate me or something. And it turned out she was smoking fine. And we ended up hitting it off, and I called her up, I took her out, and I'm actually married to her now.
This is Tim Barshard, and you're watching GFL's The Life.
Coming up next in this episode of GFL's The Life.
On August 13th, that's when we found out that he was sick.
It's like, Fabi, I'm serious. I almost died twice.
Shots from the champ. Well, I guess the hype is real. That's it. That's it. It's all over. Big slam. Huge overhand right.
Craig, Blacksmith, Roadkill, Laura, and Kelly. The Buzz, sentenced to wake up New England for life.
You're watching GFL's The Life.
I am 26 years old and I live with my mommy. She is my best friend. There's no stronger woman in the world than her. The stuff that she's been through is just mind-blowing.
From the very beginning, even when he was just tiny, tiny baby, that there was just something about him that I always knew that he was something different about him. But I don't think they realize how much of a passion he has for doing well, being good at it, how much he trains and how much he's determined, his determination, and how much in the core of his being, he's just strictly a fighter. He has never given up on anything that I can even begin to think of. They underestimate his determination and his passion for winning and for being good at it.
Last one to knock it up. Looking back at my past and what I've been through, I really wake up each morning and try to get the best out of each day, and try to have a great time and learn as much as I can and just build relationships with people and just never hold anything back, you know.
So there was like little signs that were going on, probably like in mid-June or July of '88. It actually started where he had severe stomach pains and his dad took him to a walk-in. And they instantly had said, you know, we want you to take him to the hospital and we want you to get a blood test because, you know, his spleen and liver are very large. Said that if he wasn't better by Monday, to take him to the pediatrician. That following Friday, he was sick again, had a fever, took him to the hospital. On August 13th, that's when we found out that he was sick.
I remember all the spinal taps. I remember, you know, 105 or 106 degree temperature, biting down on the thermometer because I had no idea where I was, swallowing the mercury, everybody going crazy, my mom yelling at the nurses.
I pretty much forced them to take their blood tests and said, I'm not walking away from here until you do. And that's when they came out with, they think he's anemic. And I said, okay, is that the worst thing or the good thing? And he says, well, that could be the best thing. So what's the worst thing? He says, well, it could be leukemia.
I went through the sickness and everything, but my mother and my father and my stepfather at the time and my brother, they actually had to go through it emotionally. And that was tougher for me, you know, because I don't remember much of the pain, but, you know, I remember that. I do remember a lot of crying.
Knowing that, all right, we're doing everything we can. He hits his 3-year mark and he's clean of all leukemic cells and stuff like that. I think the harder part for me was the next 7 years. Because that's when they could fall out of remission and it could come back. And if it comes back, then it's harder to get back into remission. So I think the harder part was the next 7 years, making sure that his blood was clean the next 7 years.
One time we're training and he has some mark in his neck, and I said, Bessette, what's that? He's like, oh man, I had cancer when I was a little, and I had cancer when I was a teenager. I was like, what? He said, yeah, I had leukemia. He's always joking around. I said, no, you joking. He's like, Fabio, I'm serious. I almost died twice.
And that, I think, is what gives him his ferocity. He's not afraid. I've never seen him afraid of anything, and he wants more out of life because life could have ended for him. He's very aware of that fact, and now he's willing to do anything to get the most out of life possible, and that's something I respect a lot.
I once heard a line from Anderson Silva, and he says, a champion is defined by the adversity he overcomes. And when I heard that, I immediately thought Matt. And if he can beat leukemia, then he can beat John Beniot on April 15th.
Underdog is my home away from home, you know. We'll go out to eat all the time together. I've gotten really close to those guys. Just chill, we watch UFCs together. You know, we're just having a great time generally with whatever we're doing.
Matt has really found a family in Underdog. He's not only getting friends and a family out of them, but he's getting really, really great training from them as well.
Matt's an exciting fighter because he'll never quit. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize about him is that he won't stop. He's just thirsty.
I'm gonna tell right now, Matt Bessette, I can tell he's my best no-gi student. He's a purple belt, but his ground game with no gi is good as any black belt. The only thing that will stop Bessette is gonna be death when he die. And it's still gonna bother you as a ghost, you know what I'm saying? But he's a tough kid. Tougher than me. Trust me, man. Trust me.
You see, he's gonna take the weight, he's gonna jump with it, transfer the energy up through his body, stabilize the racket, rep it again.
You know, every day the kid walks in here, he gets personal records. He squats more than twice his body weight for reps. He's a strong kid. Get some, baby. Let's go. Deep, 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 deep. Up. Yeah, baby. Nice set. Nice set.
What's that, 650, right? Make sure you get that when I said 650.
He'll go if he's hurt. He'll go if he's tired. He'll just go, 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 go. He doesn't know how to stop.
Nice and tight, Matt. Stay tight. Open those lungs up. Let's go.
But what he has that other people don't have is the discipline, the focus, and the self-motivation. He's gonna do it as hard as he can, as much as he can, for as long as he can, without me saying a word to him. He brought to the table the old school mentality of toughness, grit, fearlessness, and now he has coupled that with athletic ability. He is bigger, stronger, faster, better than he's ever been.
The best part of MMA is, bar none, the fight. The fight is awesome. If it were up to me, I would never come in with a game plan, just great cardio, and I would stand in front of that person and punch him in the face as hard as I could. Plain and simple, I love the fight. I love the fight.
Guys, this is Fabiano Tellez. Sorry about my English, not that good. This is the life.
Coming up next in this episode of GFL's The Life.
Man, I just tried to get him to fight me because I think I can beat him. And because he has my belt.
This is the first time that I've ever been out there and I wanted to hurt somebody. I really want to maim this kid.
Craig, Blacksmith, Roadkill, Laura, and Kelly. The Buzz, sentenced to wake up New England for life.
Welcome to Tokyo Nutrition. Inspired by years of research combined with the advancement of Japanese technology, Tokyo Nutrition is MMA fighters' choice for strength, speed, and recovery. Tokyo Nutrition Pro Series is a complete line of nutritional products originally formulated in Japan. Tokyo Nutrition Pro Series has what you need to take your body to the next level. Tokyo Nutrition available at these fine retailers.
Craig, Blacksmith, Roadkill, Laura, and Kelly. The Buzz, sentenced to wake up New England for life.
You're watching GFL's The Life.
John Beniot, I don't think is even getting the credit that he deserves. I think that he is the real deal. I think he's underrated, and he may be the best 155-pounder in New England today.
I think this is my fight, and it's mine to lose if I make a mistake.
John Beniot, as a fighter, deserves all the respect in the world. I think he's proven himself time and time again.
John has a great career, and for Matt to fight him would help Matt along in his career, so it just seemed like the simple thing to do.
I hope he thinks he can win. That's all I gotta say.
I'm on the rise right now, and to come out of retirement, defend your pride is just, are you kidding me?
Matt Bessette beating John Beniot will catapult him over the entire 155 division in New England, and he will instantly become the man to beat in this scene.
I feel like he should have stayed retired because this is just a bad fight for him. What does he have to win out of this? Nothing.
This is the first time that I've ever been out there and I've wanted to hurt somebody. I really want to maim this kid. He's not stronger than me, he's not faster than me, he's not better than anything than me. I've always gone out there looking at the fight as a sport. May the better man win, the one who trained harder and whatever. This is legitimately a legalized street fight for me.
John Benoit's the best at what he does. This is his job, this is what he does. No matter where this fight goes, John Benoit's ready.
If Benoit underestimates Matt, it's going to be a fast finish.
Let's go. Come on. Gives me 2 titles simultaneously. I hope to gain a lot of respect from it. In and out of the cage, people are going to see this.
I don't think Matt Bessette deserves to fight John, period, main event, anywhere. Why not find somebody that's closer to, you know, how good you are? I remember finding Matt Bessette's footage and thinking, this kid is awful.
John didn't know what he wanted to do, and you know, Bessette talked him into fighting, you know, realistically.
You know, I think Matt Bessette has gotten into John's head a little bit. I think that, you know, and that throws a fighter off.
Man, I just tried to get him to fight me because I think I can beat him, and because he has my belt. No other reason, you know. I'll do whatever it takes as long as I get to fight him.
I think boxing in Lowell is what Little League is into other cities. Lowell is an interesting and unique city for fighters simply because boxing was almost a rite of passage for children or kids growing up. The city of Lowell has been the home for Golden Gloves for 60 years. A lot of great fighters, Larry Carney, Mickey Ward, Dickie Eklund. It's a working class city. It's a tough city. It's like the Brocktons or the New York cities on a smaller scale. This will be the crown jewel to hold an event for MMA. This is the venue, this is the event that you really want to be involved in. This is going to be the best that's ever come down the pike in New England. Home to Larry Carney, Dickie Eklund, Mickey Ward, and now the home of GFL. If you're a fight fan, April 15th is a night you don't want to miss.
Years of training culminate to one night. From the most famous fight town in all of America, Lowell, Massachusetts. History will be made as John Benoit, GFL lightweight champion, will defend his title for the first time against the #1 contender, Connecticut's own Matt Bessette. Live from the Songus Center on April 15th, Victory Promotions presents GFL 10, Benoit versus Bessette.